Today, we don't have an observability problem in networking. We have an explanation problem. Now, follow me on this. We can see everything: logs, telemetry, state changes, SMP traps, SMP alerts, and still not know what actually caused an incident. Namely because most tools today are built to tell you what changed and not to reconstruct the holy grail of why it actually happened. Let me give you a good example here. Take a BGP neighbor relationship and it drops, or a route in your route table disappears. You end up stitching together logs, timestamps, device states, bringing in cross-functional groups, spending hours trying to figure out what's going on. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to reconstruct something that never existed really in one place. But networks don't fail in one place. They fail across relationships and sometimes huge, very business valuable relationships. So instead of asking what changed, I started asking, how do you reconstruct the event? Now, not just the symptom of the event, but the sequence and the cause of the event. Let me show you visually the structure of what I'm talking about. Here it is. You have the snapshot, you normalize, difference, the episode, the topology context, the reasoning, the RCA report. But as I showed you here, you first take the snapshots or the state of the environment, you normalize them, you identify then what changed, and then you group those changes into an episode or what I call a story. From there, you interpret everything in topology context and not on a device by device basis. And that's where you can start to really dig in and reconstruct why this change happened, which is huge. Now, the key is this. You don't need perfect visibility into your network environment. Even if the parts of that network are missing, you can still infer the relationships and reconstruct the event deterministically. Now, that's very different from just throwing AI at the logs in your observability platform and hoping that it can reason for you an answer. I've been building this as a part of a larger system called AIMusubi. I just published the first Wave 1 foundation, which includes the pipeline, the topology layer, and the reporting structure. It's not in a full release yet, nor is it fully working here, but it shows how the system is structured. If you've ever spent hours trying to figure out what actually broke in your network, and I have in a very painful way, you already understand this problem, and this is about making that process structured, explainable, and eventually predictable, which would be extremely cool. I'll walk through more of this in the next episodes, Wave 2, but as always, mahalo, thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode, Wave 2.